Well, that was that. My Ravens lost, so hey, but what you expect, right? They have chances to make plays, but they didn't make the plays that they needed to make, and so that's that. Yeah, man. First things first. Welcome to another episode of Bang with Mikey. Episode, I believe this is 108 or 107 or 108. I'm not really too sure. Anyway, man. Yeah, today we're gonna have a recap of what I did over the week. And it was an interesting week, man. A lot of personally and professionally, it's just interesting in general. Knowing it's time to move on. Knowing it's time to move on from people, jobs, locations, whatever it is. And it's okay to be scared. Because change is the only thing that's gonna happen. One of my partners told me, change is necessary, change is constant. And if change isn't, if you're not changing, that means you're not growing. And if your change doesn't scare you, then most likely you're not growing. And it's true. A lot of people will sit there and say X, Y, and Z, yada yada yada, whoop de whoop. But at the end of the day, if you don't make the appropriate changes to get better, to do better, then how can you become better? And yeah, and that's one thing I've been grappling with, man. I've been going through some changes, all across the board, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just a thing, and I think at the end of the day, it's imperative that you understand that what you go through, or and everything of that nature is it's definitely something that has to be thought out. It has to be something that's not necessarily 100% thought out, but you have to have some sort of a plan. Um, and you don't want to just go through life and just be like, oh well, wherever life takes me, I'll go. And it's not how it works, man. It's not how anything works. It's not how you don't, yeah, you don't go through life just oh, wherever the wind blows me, I'll go. And it's not like you going to the beach, or it's not like you going to the movies or whatever it is, right? Speaking about that, has anybody seen the new Avatar movie yet? Me and my cousin were supposed to go check that out, I think tomorrow. So yeah, it's a 3 hour movie though, so I don't know. So yeah, I think that's definitely something that people have to take into consideration as well. A lot of the times people will just go with the flow, or they know they got to make a move, but they don't want to make a move, and they end up becoming not jaded, but they end up becoming apprehensive, and they start thinking negative about what could happen, what has happened, and everything too. And it's like, at the end of the day, you can't do that. You can't sit there and you can't think of all the negative things that may or may not happen, because who knows? If they do happen, okay, cool, deal with it. If they don't happen, okay, that's great. But don't go through life thinking that everything's gonna have a negative outcome, because most of the time it will, if that's the case. So with that being said, I think it's imperative to understand that, yeah, you have goals and everything. Yeah, you should reach them. You should strive for them and all that stuff, right? You should definitely do all that. But you don't stop growing. You don't stop You don't stop chasing what you want to chase. You don't stop chasing um, your ambitions and everything too. And the one thing I keep hearing from, it doesn't matter if it's my boys or it's celebrities, whatever. Not they're constantly saying, "Yo, you can't get mad at the work you, at the results you didn't get for the work you didn't put in." And it's true. A lot of people will expect multi-million dollar salaries for a minimum wage work ethic or a minimum wage work ethic. And it's true. I know a lot of people who especially supervisors and everything too, they have a tendency to hold people to the standard that they're held to. And I'm like, you can't hold people to the same standard because they're not getting paid the same rate as you are, and you don't have the same responsibilities that you have. So with that being said, man, never be afraid to grow. Never be afraid to leave your hometown. Never be afraid to venture into something that's new, something that's great, because hey, you don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's the cause of it's gonna be. You don't know what the outcome it could be. Hey, you leave your hometown and you could meet the love of your life. You know, you leave your hometown, you could be exposed to different. Not maybe, but you will be exposed to different culture, different people, different situations, and it's like your ability to grow is gonna be reflective upon that. Growing up in Hawaii, and I'm gonna get to the other thing that I was talking about. A lot of people get stuck here, you know, because don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful place to live at. It's a beautiful place to be from. It's a beautiful place to, beautiful place in general. But the world is so much bigger than 65 miles of paved road. The world is so much bigger than, the hustle and bustle of what Hawaii is. And I think at the end of the day, it's imperative to understand that, you may be scared and everything too, but if you don't take this opportunity, you're going to get the same result that you always got. And never be afraid to take that opportunity, because you never know what's going to happen. Anyway, also too, the other thing I want to talk about is I did a podcast with Hodgebill, and actually was a really, really good episode. Guys really thoughtful, had some great questions, had some great conversations. We definitely had some similarities, and it's funny because how this channel started was just basically about cerebral palsy and everything too, right? And he was telling me like, yeah, man, or like first time I seen you, like I had no idea you competed. I just thought you was in the gym working out, and I'm like, yo, fucking great for him. And he's like, yo, I seen you do everything, and you're like, yo, he's like, this motherfucker just does everything that we do. And I was like, yeah, I gotta modify some things here and there, but for the most part, yeah. And we dived into a little bit of history and everything too. And he asked me what cerebral palsy is. It's like, basically in layman's terms, it's like classified as a traumatic brain injury. It's a TBI, because it affects your motor skills and the way you speak and the way you walk. There's different variations of it too, so I didn't really go into all that with him because that's a whole rabbit hole that we could jump down towards. And I did say it happens right before birth, during birth, right after birth, and it has to do with a bunch of different ranges and everything too. But overall, it was a great video, great interview, just great overall, man. And I might be going to the beach today, so we'll see. Depends if I really want. I really don't want to do anything today. I just want to relax and chill out. And the one beach I want to go to is an hour away. So, like, do I really want to drive there? And cause don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful beach, but it's way on the west side, and I I've never been there, so maybe today or tomorrow I'll go venture out there and see what it's like. But yeah. Anyway, hope y'all keeping in full peace. Private player, positive pushing. See y'all next week. Love y'all. Ghost. And like I always say, know your worth. And remember, even if you're scared, jump anyway. Because if you don't jump, you always get the same result that you always got. That you always got it. So believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, in the famous words of Kobe Bryant, who's in the back, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will believe in you. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Ghost.